Hi there, you're at the Cardano Wyckoff analysis session, and last week we talked about is this price surge or this little bump over here just an LPSY, or is it an intermediate transition towards the upthrust to a higher level, maybe somewhere around like $1.30 to $1.40, and also has or was last week a sign of weakness, heading to a sign of weakness. However, what happened is, here we can see the chart that we found, or like the price found support at the red key level. The red key level is 73 cents, and now is heading towards the orange. So if this is really the case, then hopefully it continues with the uptrend and go challenge the upthrust level. This may have established an upward channel. So we'll put this box here tentatively, and next week when we come back we'll be able to see whether or not this upward trend is continuing. So let's just keep this at the weekly level. This one will still keep the question mark over there, because if it really dies down from this point, then it's a higher price point LPSY than the previous one, but still an LPSY. And volume themselves, there wasn't very like crazily high volume compared to what happened in March. So people are probably observing, because across the board like the price decline has just happened a few days back, but while the bars are long, the candlesticks are long, the volume bars aren't that crazy. So it's not that people are scared and like freeing out, like fleeing from the asset. It seems like there's some people got scared, but not a large amount of people. And if we look at the daily chart here, previously we asked, oh, has it like reached an up point of second test? And indeed, last Monday the price came down and continued to get to a point where we can consider that a sign of weakness. So we can borrow a tag from the left and put it over here as well. So this one, once it's established, the good thing is it found support and climbed back to above the red level. However, it may be like combining what's happening in the weekly. If it really in the weekly that it dies down from the LPSY, then in the daily that's where it's going to re-enter a new accumulation zone. So that's what it's going to happen if weekly is dying down. But if weekly is heading towards the upwards, like that positive scenario, if that really is the case and it continues within this light blue box over here, then what happened here is this daily chart will be also heading towards an upthrust. At this time they're more like they were around the same stage, but actually a lot of cycles has already happened when compared to the weekly chart. So one more thing I want to check is this current squeeze. Currently one purple line is already within the orange. We're just waiting for this one to come down, or like the orange to open up to bracket the purple. So last time it happened was around beginning of July, and then eventually after the squeeze we see a crazy price surge from 57 cents all the way to like 90 cents. This time, if the positive case really happens, let me take away this box, it's not relevant anymore. If the positive case really happens and the squeeze appears in the next few days, then the Upthrust challenge is going to be on. So hopefully by next session we'll be able to see the squeeze and maybe an Upthrust as well, given the backdrop over here. And we can see actually in the weekly the squeeze has happened while daily is still pending. So in the weekly, that was back in September, October 2024, that squeeze happened and there was a big price jump. And then obviously it's not the upward isn't the only direction it can go, even though we had like at similar times September 2023 and this September October 2024 both had a squeeze in the weekly and then the price surged. It can also happen in a way that there's a squeeze but then the price comes down. So while we're at a squeeze right now and hoping the price to go for an upthrust, it seems from the weekly chart that this is about to happen very soon. While we hope for the upthrust, don't get overexcited. I'm just trying to pick an example over here to see whether it looks similar when we had the upthrust back in 2021. So after the buying climax, there was no squeeze over here towards the upthrust, but there was a squeeze after the upthrust declined to a level of sign of weakness, and then the squeeze pushed the price towards the upthrust of the distribution. So let me borrow this tag and put it over here. So this time, let's take a look. So we had all these sign of weaknesses that already happened, and then also the squeeze has happened. So this, hopefully, like I said, the sign of weakness isn't going to happen. Instead, it's going to challenge the light blue line because of the squeeze. Show us a big price move upwards. Is it going to happen like the indicator has shown us? We'll quickly see in the next few days, or like over the course of August. Finger crossed. If you're a bull, good luck to you. If you're a bear, at this level, it's kind of close to the accumulation, but the current price actions seems it's still not thinking to get to that level yet. So let's wait for it to happen. Hope to see something good.